Hello everyone and welcome back to the Valleys of Death campaign for combat mission Shock Force 2. We're starting the second mission today, and I think it's really becoming clear in this mission how different this campaign is from the regular combat mission campaigns. There's a lot of freedom here, but there's also a lot of choices that need to be made. This is not a big old push to capture some village or hill or town. This is just small objectives scattered around the map that we need to get to in any order we choose. But there's also some management that comes into this because we can't really leave the combat outpost completely empty. We have to leave some force behind to protect it. Now I've chosen today to leave only a minimum force behind. Two of the machine guns, which aren't very mobile anyway, so I'll keep them back. The sniper team and the forward observers. Those are all I'll have to protect this compound, and I'll move the entire platoon out for the objectives that we have today. And the objectives are as follows. After the previous night's fighting, we have to do a BDA on the ruined farm, which actually is ruined still. After we fired the artillery at it, I thought it would be rebuilt because of the way combat mission works. We also have to do BDA, battle damage assessment, that is, in the small village of Darotel, even though it wasn't damaged as far as I remember in the previous night's fighting, but we have to check it out. And we're gonna recon the hill because we know that during the previous battle there was a mortar spotter up here. Plus it's an excellent firing position for any heavy weapons that the enemy might drag up here to fire into our combat outpost. It's basically the only piece of terrain that rises above our outpost here. Beyond that, we have a mission to visit the forest village over here. There's not supposed to be enemy here, so just some hillbilly folk who aren't supposed to be too unfriendly. I have placed a target reference point in the vicinity though, just in case the enemy decides to ambush us on our way in. Then finally, last objective is to take out a technical that's roaming the area around the village of Alashat. The main challenge here will be actually getting into a position to see and destroy it, because as you may be able to see, the only way into that village is up this road over this hill. It's the only way to get there, and obviously if there's going to be IEDs anywhere, it's going to be here. I'm not sure if the infantry will be able to drag itself up this hill. I think it should be, but I think we're going to be having trouble getting vehicles up here. And one thing for sure, I'm not using that road. Staying far away from that. I might try to get into this compound to get eyes on. It's supposed to be a technical with maybe a Dishka machine gun, like 50 caliber, or a recoilless rifle. So that is very dangerous both to our Humvees and to our infantry. But that is the objective that I'm going to tackle last. First of all, I want to do the BDAs with one patrol consisting of one squad and the platoon commander, and the visit to the village I want to do with two squads because it's a really dense forest here. We're gonna have to leave the vehicles at the edge here, move in either from here, which I think I prefer, or from around the right. I don't really want to walk in here for fear of walking into an ambush or maybe an IED or two. So the way I've set it up, I've loaded first squad, no, that's second squad I think actually. Yeah, second squad into 4 Humvees and platoon command into 1 Humvee here, and I've loaded the other 2 squads into these 4 Humvees, and they'll move out to the edge of the forest, then get out and move towards the village. So that's the basic plan. Doing all the objectives at the same time, except for the technical one. We've got a lot of time, but I don't want to dilly-dally. So let's see if these... Okay, they're able to get out of the base. Okay, it seems to hope they're gonna get... Oh my god, I get stuck. Maybe I gotta path them around the trenches, because they're bound to get stuck in there. I think bogged means that he could still get out. So let's cancel the move command. See if he can get himself unstuck. Otherwise, there's always the option of getting the squad out and distributing them over one or two of the other hunters. Yeah, this should work better, I think. Let's cancel his movement so he can get there. Slowly have him move up. Yeah, okay, he's not stuck. Thank God. Like so. Now we can get these guys into position. Getting out of this cup is half of the battle here. There. Alright, these guys are out. First BDA is pretty close by. Oh, the scout team is coming too, by the way, with the second squad and platoon command. Which are going to the village and do the BDA and recon the hill. I am assuming these are just touch objectives, by the way. There we go. You are next. And finally, this guy will be last. And as you can see, with all these vehicles leaving, we've just got one empty Humvee left. Fire support team, 2 M4s, 4 guys in this machine gun squad, 3 guys in that one, and a sniper team. We got security on each corner, but it's really minimal. And as you can also tell, there's a lot of wounded troops from tonight's battle. And we've lost at least one squad leader, who was also wounded in last night's battle, but somewhat more severely than the rest. Okay, I think the BDA on that ruined farm shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll dismount them once they get into position. And he's bogged, of course. He can get out now. Slowly get out there, my man. Still bogged. Great. Could you push past him, I think? No. Oops. Would that work? No, it would not. Okay. So this guy has got to get out of there. There he goes. Gotta be very careful leaving this fob. Or a combat outpost. Go. He's moving. These guys are in position. Let's see. We'll have these two dismount. Move up to do the BDA. And the rest stay and cover in the vehicles. I really like the idea of this campaign. It's a nice change of pace to what I've been used to with combat mission. And theoretically, you know, we could, for instance, not get into any contact up here, but get into heavy contact near this village where we didn't expect it. Or the base could get attacked while my forces are away. And I don't know. I'll have to make the decisions that a company commander would have made in, in battles like these. Or battles like these, in situations like these, in a combat outpost where you have to manage your resources. Cover a pretty large area with very few men. Okay, get up here okay. Let's push up to the wall. Let's see what's what here. I'm staying away from the roads as much as I can, for fear of IEDs. Alright, that's as far as the Humvees are going to take us. Let's dismount. I'll leave a small team for security at the Humvees, but that's it. They can be seen from the base, so I really shouldn't need to. Okay, they're in here. Let's do the BDA now.
Move out.
Okay. See, that's third squad, third squad, third squad. And this is all first squad. I think I'm not even gonna leave anyone behind at the vehicles. I'm just gonna move in with these two squads here. Let's combine them back up. And we can watch the vehicles from the base with the machine gun. It shouldn't be a problem. There's no mechanics for the enemy hijacking your vehicle, I believe, in this game, so might even leave them unlocked. Moving into, yep, we did the BDA there. Okay, cool. Let's have them move back to their respective Humvees. That wasn't too much of a problem. Right, squads are back combined up. Move through the woods here and here on two different axes, I think. And move towards that village. The reason I'm focusing most of my combat power here, 2 squads instead of 1, is because we can really get caught out in these woods without support, so I want maximum firepower once we're in there. This is more open terrain, we could even be covered by the MG or the snipers from the town. Main threat for the Cup will be from the south, potentially, because we don't have any patrols going out there. We're just going east, west and north eventually. So I'm not expecting the enemy to attack from there, but there could be something coming from the south. Matter of fact, I think I'll move the sniper team back there. Just to keep an eye out. Patrols moving in. Let's see some lightly wounded here and there. Oh boy. Okay. Looks like I was right to be cautious. Right, stop moving right this second. And get maximum firepower. Actually, let's have these guys move into a position here quickly. But these guys, since they can see the enemy, have them open up. This machine gun too, if it can. That's weird. Okay, it's a reverse slope there. Well, we'll see what it can see later on. Might be actually interrupting the enemy as he's trying to make a daytime attack on our cop here. This is point blank fighting right here. Jesus Christ, look at this. I'm glad we ran into them here and not in the Humvees where they would have been able to get an RPG shot off. And destroy one of these Humvees or more. Actually a pretty large team there. They're not gonna live. But I'm glad I took most of my combat power up there. Now these guys are back in. I think I'd like to recon the hill before I do BDA in the village, as the hill actually can look down onto the village and detect any possible ambushes. So I think park the vehicles right up here maybe, then move some infantry up onto the hill. Let's do that. Stray too close to the village in case there's an ambush waiting for us there. I believe he's successfully taken out all enemies there. Get these guys into a better position. That village could be more dangerous than we initially thought. Vehicles moving up. Now we got plenty of time, so there's no need to rush this. The only thing I'm worried about is getting to that technical there. We might not make it. So we could get infantry on top there, but they might not be able to take out the technical. Alright, getting into more contact here. Still someone else is moving towards us here. You don't need that much ammo to kill one guy. Are you using your pistol? Well, who is this guy? I may have run out of ammo on his primary. Switch to his pistol real quick. He has a 249 gunner. Interesting. Alright, stay put here for a little bit longer just in case there's more guys coming. We've got a nice ambush position there, apparently. Alright, move this guy up just that little bit further. And this guy reverse, and these two will disembark and move up to the hill. I'll eventually move the vehicles around further so we can cover them while they go up the hill. Because the vehicles can only see up to here, and not what's behind there. Still doing a-okay up here, it seems. Let's keep keeping an eye out though. I don't want to get any nasty surprises. Slightly worried about this valley here. You can see a lot of it from the cop here. That's a good thing. But you know, if they're on the reverse slope here, you could sneak up pretty close. no more fire coming from here, so I think I'll slowly start moving up. Squad by squad, not all at the same time. I don't think they'll be able to... No, they won't be able to climb up there. Move them up far enough to make sure there's no RPGs hiding here, so we can move up the Humvees closer. We can leave these Humvees here for now, as long as we... so we'd be able to... I think... It's 5 men per Humvee, so yeah, we can't really put these guys into the Humvees that are already occupied. Is a shame. Worst case, they'll have to run back to their Humvees. They just don't have the manpower to both man the Humvees and send out infantry patrols. Yeah, those guys have moved up a slight bit. Let's move up to where we tear up the enemy here. See if there's anything left. Still doing okay over here. Move up the vehicles closer in kind of a wide arc. Might be a good idea to keep some infantry up here while the rest goes to do the BDA in the village. I can provide some cover. Once I get the Vics down here, they'll be in a position to cover these guys moving up the hill. Let's see. No contacts up there yet. Patrol has gotten to where we ambushed these guys. Let's have the other squad move up, just bit by bit. It's really easy to stumble upon the enemy here in these woods. So that's something I want to do. Okay, oh yeah, you're bugged. Great. Alright, these guys are okay so far. Let's move up to the next little ridge here. See if they can climb up through here. See if they can get out. Alright, these guys are nearly at the next waypoint, so let's have these guys move up again. Slowly but surely. Really rather take the time than lose the men. Once they get over this little ridge, and if there's enemy here, we're gonna be without fire support. There's not really any way around that, I think. So pop up there, if they can. Move up as well. See what we can see from here. casualties in position. Let's move this one around then. Seem to be doing okay so far. These guys secure the flank. These guys eventually go for the top of the hill. There's a bit of a gully here, it seems. Could be used as a trench. Doesn't go all the way up to the village though. Might be smart keeping an eye on that. Been given enough time to do this carefully, fortunately. Never like being on too tight a timer. Makes one take rash decisions that might not end up benefiting us at all. It's really easy to take casualties in close range ambushes that might occur in terrain like this. And again, there's also a good chance that there's just no one here right now. That's the danger of Afghanistan, you know. Probably patrol for days, not meet any enemies, and then suddenly when you least expect it, they pop up out of nowhere. Could just be over the next ridge, or they could be asleep. And I like that about this campaign so far. I don't think there's any game that could simulate this kind of combat as well as Shock Force 2. It's not perfect, it's not made for this kind of counterinsurgency campaigns, but I think it's working pretty well. Okay, nearly there. So far so good. If there was enemy here, I'd like to think we would already have made contact by now. These guys are getting ahead of the other squad a bit, so I'll have them stop once they get to that waypoint. Move these guys up first. Once we get to the village, I think I'll have one team or one squad post up along the wall here maybe, and the other one move in. Maybe not the most riveting content to watch, but it's a lot of fun to play. Alright, so that objective has been reached. I'll just go over a little bit further, see if I can spot anything in or around the village. If not, I'll send the other Humvees around and do the BDA in the village. Could get all the way up here. Really nice view. Start moving these Humvees back. Could also go all the way around, but that's a little bit too risky for me. From this side I'll have fire support from the base, and I'll be going through terrain that I've already covered. Great thing is even these individual fire teams could call in artillery. Would take a while, but basically everyone's got a radio. Such a difference from the older combat mission games, or from, for instance, when you play the Syrian army. There's just a lot more technology trickling down even into the lower levels of the organization. Alright. Guys have caught up basically. These guys further up to the right. I'm really glad we encountered those enemies before we went into the forest. Could have been really nasty if we bumped into them at close range. It was already close range, but we had the advantage of spotting them first. These guys got position here. It's a nice view. Let's also get a nice view of the actual village here. Preferably from a position of some cover and concealment. Right here. Immobilized. Great. Well, fortunately, you're right next to your replacement Humvees. So go ahead and occupy one of those. One of the 50 preferably. To be seen yet. Fortunately, this pike is preventing them from seeing most of the village actually. But it's great for viewing this part of the map. They get in. They're opened up. Okay. Move that Humvee to the middle here. How'd they immobilize this thing? It's just open terrain. Oh well, I hope that doesn't mean we've lost this forever. Not sure how the campaign works with regards to those kinds of things. Okay. These guys move up the next stretch. These guys a little bit as well. Do BDA here. Let's see. I think I'll disembark this single fire team to do that from this side. Move up to the wall first. See very well into the village, but it's good enough for me. I'll move them forward a little bit more just to make sure that they can positively see that BDA spot and what's around it. Got a lot of firepower in this fire team. 2 249s. Not sure why they were put in the same fire team, but oh well. Alright. Looks clear enough. Move into the spot. Alright, got that one. Quickly get behind the wall. Really in the open there. To the forest village it is now. These guys are taking a lot more time, but we're going real carefully through these woods. These guys take a position in the trenches there. Not sure what these are good for. I don't think they're irrigation channels. They just stop. Just ditches with no clear purpose. Could be purpose-built trenches by the enemy. Hell, could be hiding their main headquarters right next to the village in the woods here. Getting real close now though. Let's have the BDA team shift to the second BDA point. These guys, could they get up there? They can. They're gonna get a great view from here. Well, an okay view, I guess. Alright. Get to the corner here. I guess this BDA spot is visible from inside this house. There's a possibility there could be an ambush set up from inside there. So let's move past that entrance quickly. Check the site from up here. That way, hopefully they won't have any time to react once we shoot past this hole. Wham, wham, wham. Please, please go past. Oh my. If there was someone in there, he would have been dead. The AI really is stupid sometimes. There's a reason I gave them the fast commands past that opening. But they lived somehow, so let's get them out. Same way they came in. Back into the Humvee. And we'll get these teams to try and probe their way up these hillsides and get eyes over there. We've got a scout team with us, which presumably will be able to call in artillery pretty accurately. Now these guys have also done their job. They can start moving back to the Humvees as well. There we go. No rush. Probably won't be using them for the remainder of the mission unless it really starts dragging out time-wise. Okay, nearly up to the village. Let's move up to this first wall. These guys have a nice view of the village proper. Let's keep it that way. No sign of the enemy making a move for our combat outpost yet. Let's hope it stays that way. I'll have to start looking for a way to get up these hills. I think it's just gonna be infantry. And unfortunately, we don't have any javelins or things like that, so it'll be difficult to take out a technical with just small arms. But I'm gonna give it a good old college try. Got plenty of time to do it. Okay, we're up to the edge there to see what kind of field of view we've got. We can basically see the entirety of the village. So I'll leave this squad in position. I'll have these guys move in. Still no stolen hammers. He's reached in and took the radios out. I'm actually gonna speed this process up a little. You can sit in their Humvees, so there's no reason not to give them a little bit of exercise now. These guys are nearly in. At that point I'm gonna have them, I think, move not across this road, not near this intersection, fear of IEDs, just across maybe here, then down this slope. Might leave 1 or 2 Humvees here just in case there's enemy in those buildings. Can give fire support. And then probe my way up to maybe this compound or that one. We'll have to see. Doing in the village, still no contact made. Good. Let's move up here then. Alright, these guys are back in. Let's give them their next orders. Might be an idea to pick up perhaps the fire support team, one of the Humvees. So that way, this fire support team, that's only 2 guys, so they'd fit in one of these Humvees with 3 other guys. And that way I could call in some more accurate artillery in case we find the technical. And we're here. Okay, I'm not gonna stay in that village any longer than I absolutely have to. Well, let's start peeling back. Hang on. There it is. Who's seeing that? These guys are. Problem is, it's gonna be really difficult taking it out with artillery that's moving. We've got a 50 cal on this Humvee. It's 1,000 meters, it's maximum distance here basically, but we'll need to give it a try. I know. Might get lucky. Actually have them stop moving. Stop moving, guys. There he is. Oh yes. Oh no, don't go. Don't go. Wow. That's some extremely accurate fire from 1,000 meters. I think we've caused a casualty there. At least wounded someone. There we go. Don't let him fire back now. Yeah, that's done. I think I'll keep firing until it's actually on fire. Just to make sure. That's really a stroke of luck that we don't have to go over here to take this thing out. Keep up the fire, boys. Come on. Okay, I won't fire at it anymore, but it isn't officially knocked out, so we should have completed all of our objectives right now. We've protected the COP, visited the BDA sites, recce'd the hill, visited the forest village, and destroyed the technical. So I think it's safe to call the ceasefire right now. See how we did. Tactical victory. Yeah, achieved all the objectives. Enemy had 69 men. Okay, where's all the other guys then? Alright, in the village. Well, a shot. Up here. Went through up here, but it wasn't an objective at all. Not a technical, actually. A sniper here. Could have been really annoying. I'm glad he didn't actually engage us as we were getting into the village here or up on that hill. Alright, that was a really interesting mission. Seems representative of the kind of work that ISAF troops had to do in Afghanistan. Really interesting, different kind of look at different kind of campaign, basically. Alright, well thank you all for watching this second part, and I hope to see you in the next one.